The easiest way in business or life to go broke is to forget to factor in cash flow. So today I'm going to share with you why cash flow forecasting is important to a business, and when you stay until the end, I'm going to share my favorite tool for getting it right, because cash flow is everything. All right, first let me define the term cash flow before we get into cash flow forecast. Cash flow in this sense is really, we're talking about profit, right? How much more money do you have left? How much month do you have left at the end of the money, right? Hopefully it's not that. That's negative cash flow. Positive cash flow means you have more money left at the end of the month. Now, if we talk about cash flow forecasting, we're talking about trying to forecast your profits. Let's talk about that forecast. What is that? Let me define cash flow forecast, and I'm going to use the dictionary version of this, right? So it's a tool that's used by a company to help them understand their organization's cash balances will be at certain points in the future. Or in other words, it means we're just guessing to see what our profit's going to be in the future, right? We're forecasting to see what is it going to look like based on the money coming in, the money going out. Will we have any money left over? That's really what a cash flow forecast is. If you're to take anything out of this, right, it's good to forecast. The truth is, you can only forecast so much, and there's going to be things that come up. There's going to be unexpected expenses. Sometimes it can be better, sometimes worse. The biggest thing that you've got to understand is always focus on profit. Profit is the key. It's the lifeblood to any business. When I talk about cash flow or profit, is the lifeblood to anything, right? And I say lifeblood, I mean, think about it. Like, you got to have it flowing, just like blood. Blood flow. I know it sounds kind of gross. If you hate blood, sorry, you just got an image. But when blood flows, your body's healthy. It's working. When it stops flowing, that's called death, right? Same thing when it comes to water flow. When water is always flowing, it creates life. Think of like rivers like the Nile or the Amazon or like the Mississippi, or the Rio Grande, or however you say it. I don't know, because I don't speak Spanish well. I hablo japonés instead. But whatever it is, right? Whatever river you're looking at, it creates life, right? Compared to a lake. Like, I live in Utah. Come over here, people are like, oh, I'm so excited to see the Great Salt Lake. And then they come over and it's like, that's the ugliest piece of crap I've ever seen. Like, does anything live in that? No, not really, because nothing flows. It's just gross. It's just like, shrimp, and it smells like sulfur. Or depending on what you eat for breakfast, it might smell like you. Sorry, but it's kind of gross. Anyways, it doesn't flow, right? You need flow to create life. Whatever flows creates life. Your blood flows, it creates life. And when your money flows, your business has life. And that is where you need to focus. A huge tool I recommend to do this is getting a tool like QuickBooks. Now there's other accounts, there's other things you can use like Xero, like Xreo, there's Xero, but QuickBooks is kind of the most common. And if you have an accountant or a CPA, they've got, I'm sure they have the personality of a wet blanket, and they'll say things like, ooh, I love QuickBooks. And that's about how much expression they have on their face when they say it too. Like, I love QuickBooks. It makes me dream happy dreams and thoughts all day long and all day night, whatever that is. All night and all day, right? I mean, that's kind of what they do. They're nerds, okay? Let's admit it, they're nerds. So they love your QuickBooks. It's boring as heck, I get it. I use it because why? My CPA loves it. They love to have their little buttons and stuff they can push and, and make it look pretty, which is really just black and white. That's pretty to them. They love gray. That's what they have their color scheme, right? So QuickBooks is not the most exciting thing, but it helps them. But it does help you too, because it gets you in the habit of always looking at your money. With my team, we go through every week. When we do our team meetings, we actually do what we call a level 10 meeting, right? If anybody who's done the EOS system, the level 10 meeting, we get together, and one of the key metrics we look at is profit. And what we want to see is we want to see bigger profit. We want to make sure it's healthy. We want to make sure we have good cash balances in our account. So if an opportunity comes up, like I want to film a bunch of YouTube videos, I got more than enough money to be able to do these videos, right? And then I can bless your life with my, whatever I've got. You can bless it with that, right? This education. So that's what we're using this for. We want to give you more with that. And so when you see your profit and you're tracking it on a weekly basis, so you know exactly what's coming out of your accounts, you can see, hey, wait, is this expense serving us? Is this actually adding to our bottom line? Are we making more money because we're spending money on this? Really, when you spend any money, it should be an investment, and an investment that pays off in higher revenue, which ultimately, most importantly, results in higher profit, right? Here's a big mistake. This is gonna be a big bonus for you. The big mistake business owners make is that they always reinvest their quote unquote profit. So essentially any extra cash they have, they reinvest it because they're trying to reinvest in their company and make it bigger. That is a dangerous place to play, because what will happen is that's good in the beginning when you're starting a business. But if you're always reinvesting all of your money back in, you don't have profit. You just have a lot of expenses. You have no profit. And that's a scary place to be. And how do I know? Because if you ever ask other investor to ever invest in your business, what are they going to want to see? Profit. If you try to get a bank loan, what do they want? Profit. They all want profit. Why? Because again, that gives you flexibility. It allows you to adjust, especially if something goes wrong. Because if you are always spending the money you make, what happens when all of a sudden that money you're making goes down? What if all of a sudden 2020 repeats itself and you become a non-essential business and you got to shut down for 2 months or longer? What's your business going to do then? You got to have profit. You got to be always actively watching your numbers. Whatever you want to expand and grow, which hopefully should be profit, that you got to track. Whatever you measure will expand and grow. Whatever you ignore will leave you. If you stop brushing your teeth and you start ignoring your teeth, guess what? They leave you, right? You ignore your spouse, they're going to leave you. And if you ignore your money and your business, especially your profits, it will leave you too. And you will be in the rat race, stuck forever in this business, and you never want to be there. Profit is essential. One of the call to actions I'm going to give you is read the book Profit First by Mike Michalowicz. Great book, amazing book. Here's the one problem I've seen with a lot of business owners. I remember I had one friend in particular where she said, you know what, Chris, my business has grown and it's doing the biggest revenue it's ever done. However, I have an assistant making more money than I am. She's the owner of the business. She said, yeah, my assistant makes $40,000 a year. I'm not even taking $40,000 a year off of my business. I'm the lowest paid employee. Listen, if you're the CEO of your company or the owner of your company, you should never be the lowest paid employee. That's backwards. And what I love in the book Profit First, what it talks about is saying you figure out what's your income, what you want that to be, what you want the profit to be that you can pay yourself with, and then you start figuring out what expenses you're going to spend. Most people do it backwards. Most people say, I want to make this, here's my expenses, and whatever's left over I take home. Reverse that way of thinking. Instead, think of, how do I actually take home what I want and then figure out what expenses I'm willing to put money into. Then it'll start working with your revenue. So remember, when you're trying to do a cash flow forecast, it's got to be something that you're measuring along the way. Again, I know you don't have the crystal ball, neither do I. We're really just guessing. Have you ever seen the movie Robin Hood Men in Tights and you see Blinken, the blind guy up on the watchtower, and they're like, Blinken, what are you doing up there? I'm guessing nobody's coming. Yes, that's what people do when they're not looking at their numbers. They're guessing. They have no clue what's coming because they're trying to forecast something they can't see. If you don't have profit, you will have a casualty in your business. Like I said, if you don't have flow, you won't have life. You do not want to become one of the 95% of businesses that fail in the first few years. If you want to last and have something that lasts for a lifetime and pays you great money where you can live the life of your dreams and still be able to serve and help a lot of people through your business and your organization, cash flow and profit has to be the focus. So be sure you're doing that. Make sure you're doing the forecast. Make sure you're really projecting out what that is. Focus on your profit. Make sure you are profitable in your business and use QuickBooks, just like your CPA has been asking you to do for years anyways. Use QuickBooks, but use it on a weekly basis so you can actually see what's going on in your business. You can make adjustments. You can make sure you get rid of unnecessary expenses that aren't working for you, especially in advertising or marketing. Could be payroll. There could be that employee that really is just not worth it. You might want to lay them off and free up the money in your business. Whatever it is, maybe you're just blowing it because you haven't been paying attention. Get your QuickBooks, use that to get profit, and then read the book Profit First. I would love to hear your experiences. Have you been using QuickBooks or have you read Profit First? What did you get out of it? How did you use that to help your business become more profitable and create more freedom for you? And if you like this video, check out how to improve cash flow in a business.